welcome back. In this video, you'll be learning how to create a highly professional looking website for free. Yes, you got it right, absolutely free, meaning that you don't have to spend any time. And another thing that you're going to be liking that is highly exciting is you creating this without having to learn anything about coding. This is something that I'm going to be walking you through, and you don't have to write any single line of code. Let's get started. Currently, we are at the dashboard section of our WordPress website. So the first thing to do is to hover on our appearance option and click on the theme option. Then if you notice over here, we have our Astra theme on because we're using the Astra theme WordPress website theme. So for you to add this theme, all you have to do is just to click on the add new theme. When it opens, it's either you scroll down to find it, or you just type Astra on the search bar to have it activated and installed. So the next thing to make sure that you have is two plugins that we're using for the purpose of this video. The first plugin is Elementor and the second one is Elementor Pack. So to have it installed, you still have to just click on the add new plugin, then search for Elementor. When it loads, what we're going to be installing is this particular one that has over 5 million active installations. So you just have to click on install and activate to have it installed. After installing this Elementor, we just have to go over to the search bar and hit on the space button, then add pack to our search. Then it brings out this is the Elementor Pack Elementor add-on. So you just have to install and activate to give you these two plugins. Now that we've had them installed, let's go and view our website and see how our website is looking. Over here, we notice that we're just having the two posts that we published on our front page, and this is not what we want. We want something that shows what our website represents with a hero section and other important sections. So what we have to do next is we need to go and create a page that is going to serve as our home page. So I'll add a new page and the title will be home. Then I'll publish. So after adding the home page, we just have to come over to the customize section and click on the home page settings to set the page that we just created right now as our home page. So select it as home and publish. Now when you go back to your home page, you notice that you no longer see the recently published post. Rather, you're seeing the home that you created as your home page. The next thing to do is to start editing this page with the Elementor plugin. And normally, you're supposed to see edit with Elementor over here. But because we are not seeing it, means that we've not given Elementor the right to edit this page. So let's proceed to giving it the right to do the needful. So we click on the edit page. Then click on edit with Elementor. Now, one significant thing you'll notice after this page gets loaded is the title that used to be here has been removed by Elementor. Reason is because your home page is not supposed to contain the title of your page, and if it doesn't get removed automatically on your own Elementor or your own WordPress website, all you have to do is just to bring your mouse to the settings section, click on it, then hide it by switching it on. But I'm not going to switch it on because it's already not there. So let's proceed. Now what we'll be building is this. We have our logo, our menu, our connect button, we have this header, we have our text, we have our buttons, then we have this image of a man holding a laptop, then we have our counter, and this beautiful image over here. For us to have it created, what we have to do is to select Flexbox and select the first one. Then we're going to draw it down to up to 700. So let's make it 710 instead. So this is actually the minimal height. We selected the value, we input the value of 710. So you can increase it more than this or less than this. It depends on your preference. Then we need to put on this section. So to put in the section, we need our container, and we need to duplicate this container into 2. So this first one is going to be where our logo, menu, and the connect icon is going to be, while this other section is going to be our hero section. So first of all, let's make this container to float horizontally, and then we put in image and select city technologies. Now, if you watch this up to this extent, and you might be wondering, where is my own city logo? Where would I get my logo? Where would I get all these pictures and everything? What to do to get it is to open your tab and search for Ucenth. When it opens, you click on the first link that appears. Then over here, you search for business. Then what we're looking for is this result that says create your business website for free. Then we click on it. Then scroll down to the download button. So we just have to click on this download to have our material downloaded. Now I've downloaded my material, see it over here, and I have it open. So this material folder contains our brand logos, it contains the customer images, it contains all the necessary pictures and every material we're going to be needing. It also contains the main color that we used for this project. So I believe that you've had it downloaded. Inside of your material, you'll find the City Technologies logo. Then another thing to do is to select menu. So we're using a navbar as our menu. So make sure that you've already created menu. If you don't know how to create menu, you can refer back to our previous video on how to create menu to learn how to create menu on WordPress website. So right now we need to make our menu height to be 20, to reduce it a little bit. Then go to style and select our navbar style to style 4. Then the color, we're going to be making the color to be a little bit, okay, let's select this to be our color. Then I don't need these underlined words, so I'll go to the typography and click on the decoration and change it to none for it to be removed. So when you hover on the menu, you'll notice that it has this beautiful animation. Reason is because we selected the style to be like this. If you had selected one, it should be on top, it should be doing this, but I prefer the style 4. It's more mature and beautiful. So the next thing to do is to select button. Now we're gonna name our button get started, or rather connect. And we're gonna be having an icon, a user icon beside it. Then we're going to design it a little bit. We're going to make it look this way. So on the color section, we can select this color, and the text option, we can make it black. So if you want to get the exact color of this, I will advise you to have ColorZilla. It's an extension of Google Chrome. I would like you to have it installed, because when you click on it and hover your mouse on wherever you want to grab the color, you just have to click to get it selected immediately. So I'll just paste the color that we just selected. Then over here we notice that we have the edges of the button curved. We need to still make it curved. For us to achieve that, we need to add a border radius, and we're going to be adding 15 border radius to it. Then I'll be doing the padding also 15 for it to look exactly as this. Then if you want, you can add some shadow. So I'll be adding the horizontal and vertical. I'll be making it 10, and the blur I'll make it 20. So I can actually decide to reduce the intensity of the color and make it like this. I think it looks good. So another thing to do is to get it formatted exactly like this. And for us to achieve it, we just have to click on this container, on our parent container, and click on the space around to get it like that. And another thing I want to do is to make all this to be on the same line, like having the same height. So I'll click on align item and click on center to have them on the same line. So I will update. Let's go and view our website and a new page. So localhost WordPress. So this is our website. So we've done this, we've gotten it looking amazing. Then the next thing to do is to achieve this. This is called hero section. In order to achieve this, we need to add containers. So we click on this container and also make it horizontal. Then we need 2 containers. So now that we've dropped one, we need to duplicate it. Now the first one is what will contain here, while the second one is what will contain this other one. So what we're going to be doing, I'm going to copy this to make this video faster, because I don't want to waste a lot of time teaching this. I'll drag the heading and drop it over here. Then paste what we just copied. Then go to style and change the color. So the color we're using here in it, I think, is this. So the typography, we need to increase the font size. So I think like this is okay. So then if you notice, we have the top expert in a different color. And let's check the color that we have it on. Let's check the color that we have it in. You just have to click on your ColorZilla and bring your mouse over here. And you notice that this is our color. So I've grabbed the color. What I have to do is to write a little CSS code to change this. So let me just write a little CSS code. Okay, so this is the code if you want to see it well. Span style equals to color. This is the color code, expert, and this. So the next thing to do is to add this beautiful text and this little border by the left. All we have to do is drag your text editor and drop it here. Click on the advanced, go down and click on the border. We're going to select our border type from default to solid. Then we click to unlink them and select 2. So, and we just have to change the color. And by default, I'll use this color, or rather, let's use the color that we used earlier. So to get a default color like this over here, all you have to do is when you select your color, you just have to click on create global color over here and get your color created so that you can easily access it by selecting anyone you want. So, and when we expand this, you'll notice that the border and the text are way close together. We need to separate them a little by adding some padding to it. So we just go to the padding and add 10 pixels to the left so that you can move a little bit to the right. Then another thing we need to do is to add these buttons. So we put the first button and call it get started. You can name it anything you want. It's actually your choice. And the color, we can click on the color Zilla and select the color that we want. So because this is gradient, we're going to be selecting gradient. So I'll click here and paste the color that we just selected and click on the color Zilla again to select the top one. Then paste the second color that we selected. Then when we scroll down, we can give it a little radius, 15 border radius. Then we can also give it a padding of 15. Okay. Now, when we duplicate this, you notice that it will go down instead of side by side. So to solve this, we need a container. We drop the container and drop the content inside, which are the buttons. Then we click on the payment container and click them, make them horizontal. Then this other one, I'll click on style. Then instead of gradient, I'll select classic because I need it to have a single color. Then select this, the text color. I would select this. You can actually make it have a shadow if you want. I can reduce it to 5 and 20. Then also reduce the transparency to this. Do the same thing here. Shadow. I'll make the horizontal value 5, the vertical value 5, then 20. Then the color itself I'll reduce. I will increase the transparency. After this, then another thing we need is this, which we have it in our material over here, our hero image. So I'm going to be clicking here at the container to set a hero image, a background image for it. So I'll click on the style, then I'll click on classic. Then you have an option of choosing color or an image, but in this case I'll select image. So I have all these on my library already, on my media library already, so you can import them yourself. Then another thing is we have to select the position and make it center. The repeat, we make it no repeat. The display size, we make it, we select cover. Then we need to go to the layout and increase the minimal height. I'll increase it to this. I think I like it this way. Then another thing to do is to add what we have here, the counter and this image, this section that contains people's image, your customer's image. And I want to stress something. I want to bring your attention to something. We have a color here that is different from white over here. So if you notice, there are two colors, the white and this color over here. So let's check what color is it. Okay, this is the color, so we select it. Then we come to our parent container, the main container, this one. We select it, then go to style, then click on classic, then click on color, then paste our color. Now we have this color over here. So another thing to do is to add this. For us to achieve it, we need a container, and we need to select the parent container and not this child container that selects this. No, we need this parent container that selects this particular section. So when we select the parent container, we need to click on the end option of the justify content. What it does is it sends our items or whatever element we have inside of this container down to this place. Previously we have it at the top, but right now we have it down here. So Now we need to get our counter and drop it here. We need to select our container and make it horizontal. Then look for our image stack and drop it over here. Then we select our container and make it space around, or we can make it space evenly or space between. I prefer the space between. Then another thing is to make this counter have a white background and change this color to this. So we click on our counter. You can actually change this number to any of your choice depending how many clients or customers you have. So I'm going to change this to 6,783. Then copy the customer's text and paste it here at the title. Then another thing we need to do to achieve a background color is to go to our advanced section, scroll down to background, and select background type. We're going to be selecting white. Our border, we will select a border radius of 15. Okay, I think this is good. Then we need to go back to our style. The number, we need to decrease it. Let's make it 30. So let's increase it a little bit. I think 38 is okay. Then another thing, if you notice, they are together. The numbers and the text are at the edge of this, and we don't want it that way. It doesn't look good. We need some space, just like as it is over here. So what we have to do is to go to the advanced section and go to the layout, then give it a 10 pixels of padding. So it will give it a little bit space around it. Then let's change the color to the number color, actually, to our default color. Okay, so we can come over here and select images from our customers images. All these images are here, so you can find it at the customer folder. So I'll select this first person, and then I'll select the second person. The third person. And the fourth person. Now we have our stock image selected. So we have to decrease the image size. So for us to do it, we have to decrease it like up to this. Okay, I think it's okay like this. Then I would click on the container and make it to the aligned center. Okay. I think we need to decrease it a little bit. So I'll click on it again. And decrease it a little. So then we'll click on, we'll go to advanced, go down to align self and select end to bring it down. Now we save. So beautiful. Now another thing we need to do is to give it this beautiful wave design, and to achieve it we need to go back to our Elementor, go back to our page, click on this parent container, then go down to shape divider, click on it, then select the bottom, select the type and select waves. Invert the wave for it to be this way. You can actually increase the width. I prefer it this way. You can also increase the height or reduce it, but I also prefer it this way. Now we will go back to our website and reload. You will notice that it's looking beautiful. Instead of adding padding in our container, I prefer using spacer. So I would select this, then use a spacer to achieve this. I think 100 is okay. Okay. Then the next thing to do is to get this, the brand that trusts us, this particular section. Select container. Or rather, what I will do is I'll select a structure like this is okay, and I would look for logo grid, and I'll drop it over here. So if you don't find this, if you don't find it, you can actually go to your WordPress section, the dashboard, then go to the Elementor pack section, then click on the core widget, and I turned all of this on, so you have to turn it on from here. So what you would do is to activate all, so that all the widgets can get activated, so that whatever widget you want to use, you can easily use them. There are a lot of widgets to use, because by default, the widget we are using right now, the grid item, is not enabled, so you have to turn it on. So let's find it. Grid. Look at it here. It's enabled right now. So over here we have 6, 3, and 3. So we just have to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, delete 2, and go to the additional settings and make the column to be 3. So let's add our brand images. So I would select Apple. Second, I would select Google. Third, I would select Ucenth. So this is how you can select whatever logo that you want. Okay. Now that you have it selected, another thing we can do, because looking at this, it doesn't have border like this. So what we use is a shadow. So we can go to the style and reduce the border to 0 so that the border will disappear. Because when we increase it, the border appears. So we're going to reduce it to 0. Then go to our box shadow section, enable it, and do it in 5, 20, then decrease it. The transparency have to be very light, like this is okay. So another thing to do is to add this title. So I need to paste it and increase the font size. Change the font color and add a line. So for you to achieve this line, you need an element called a divider. So you put it here, you decrease the width, then you can change the color to whatever color you want. So I'll use this color and increase and make it 2. The width. Then the next thing I will do is to add a text to it. So that's all. I will click on this container, then make it to the justified center so that it would come down here as it is here. Then I will have to still add the container, click on layout, then go to the gaps and select them. Then decrease the gap a little up to 12. So I will update. Now we go to our website, the front page of our website, and reload. We would see all this that we've created right now. So if you notice this is the other one that we created, this is the one we're replicating. So if you notice that after the load, it comes with all this good animation and it has this hover effect. So to achieve this, we just have to the additional settings, then turn on grid entrance animation. So I would select slide right small, this one. Wow, it is beautiful. Then I need, when I hover onto it, it will kind of pop up a little. It will float. So what I will do, I will click on hover, then select hover animation. You can choose anyone. I will choose float. So when I hover on any of them, it will float. It will give you this beautiful floating animation. So this is how to achieve this section. Then we move to the next section, but right now we need to add a spacer. So just drag and drop spacer and make it 200. So to achieve this section, we need to select this, then increase it up to, I think 450 or 400 is okay, or 450. Let's say 450. 450 is good. So I would add an image. And select this handsome gentleman. So if you notice, the image is way too long. So we need it as short as this. So I'll go to advanced, then I'll scroll down to, I'll go to the width and select custom. I would increase it till I get what I want. I think this way is good. I'll make it 85. Okay. Then I would go down to border, or rather I think it should have radius. So I'll make it 20 or maybe 40. I think it is good to achieve this. So the next thing to do is to get all this. So I'll copy the about us and add the heading. Put the about us and change the color to black. Then decrease it to 22. Click on advanced. Then we're going to add the border. A left border. F2. Then change the color. What color is it? Okay, change the color to this. Then shift it a little bit by giving it a 10 pixels of padding. Then the second one, we're gonna copy this. Then drag and drop a text. Then paste it. So we're also going to change the text color to black, and let's increase the font. So we're going to increase the font size to this, and the businesses we still follow the same practice. So I'll come here and copy the code that we used earlier. paste it here, then close the tab. Now we have our text, this and these other ones. Now to get it added, we need a container. And inside of the container, we also need a container. Then we duplicate the inside container, then click on the parent container of the both children container and direct it to float horizontally. So I will select the header, copy this, paste it inside, go to style, then I will decrease the typography to this font size, and I'll select the weight to normal and the color to this. So I still have to decrease it a little bit. I think like this is good. So I'm going to be adding this. This is actually an image. So I'll put an image. Then we select this. This image can serve as a button. The purpose of this image is when someone clicks on it, the person can be directed to a page or anywhere to enable them to speak to an agent. So to make it clickable, you just have to go to the link side and select it from none to custom URL. Here you can add any URL link that you want, that when someone clicks on it, it automatically takes the person to where you want them to be directed. So here we need to get this. So for us to get it, this is actually a counter. So we need to put in counter, drag it and drop it over here. And it doesn't have any text, so we have to remove the crew number text from it, the title. So, and we just have to add the surface to it. So we can make it any number we want. We're going to be making it 567. Then let's change the color to let's change the color to, I think black is good. Then the second thing to do is to add this. So we need to hide it. Then we copy what we have here and paste it over there. Click on the style and select the typography to increase it. So we're going to increase it up to this. I think it's okay. So let's know the color they used here. So we're going to put in the color. Then go to this section and change the background color. So let's grab the color that we have there. So let's put in the color. And change the text color. Let's change it to black. Then another thing we need to do is to add a padding as usual. Then add a border radius to it. So add 15 border radius to it. Then we also need to add the border radius to this other one. So we go down to border, then we add 15. So then we click on this because we want it to start from the beginning, like we want it to start at the beginning. So we click on it, go to advanced, align self, we click on start to get it at the front, to get it at the beginning. Then another thing we need is to achieve this. To achieve it within another container. So put in a container here. Then we need to increase the minimum height of this container. I think up to 145. Then add a color to it, a background color actually. So we're going to select our default color. Then we need a beautiful radius at the edges. We add border radius 15 also. Then we need this and the star. So we put in a heading, then we paste the content. Then go to style, change the color to white. Then we need to drive our star, so it's in rating. So grab it and drop it here. Then another thing we need is to get this. So for us to achieve this particular thing we're looking at right here, we need an icon box. So we drag the icon box and drop it here. So we need to change this icon by clicking on this place. So I wrote head for headset, then I selected this. Then we need to put in the number here, then the title would be called us. So I'll go over to the style, click on here to align it left to the left. Then click on the left icon position to get it this way. Then the icon, we need to change the color to white, and also the content, we also need to change them to white. Right. So the description, we need to increase the size, the font size. up to this, and we also need to increase the weight to 600 actually, and the icon position, we need to bring it down to the middle. Now that we've had this, let's expand to check it very well. So we need to take this a little bit up and get actually what we want. So for us to achieve this, let's first of all put a space element, a special element here, and increase it to 200. So I can be seeing what I'm doing very well. Then come over to this place, to the image section, to this image element actually, and increase it a little bit up to 90. Then this one, I will click on the container, click on the layout, then come down to gaps, select 5, then go up and increase the minimal height. Let's make it 200, then make it to be centralized. Now we have a beautiful looking design. Then another thing I would like to do is to add padding, because there's padding over here. So we need to add padding to it. Still in the container, we have to navigate to advanced, then add 10 megapixel, 10 pixels, then add 10 pixels padding. You can actually increase it if you want to 15. We'll have a beautiful design. I think we should make it like 20. Okay, here we have it. You can want to give space between these, so you can click on the element, the icon box element, go to advanced, and add a top padding of 10 to give a space between the star and the colors. Now we have it. The next thing to achieve is this beautiful section. So to achieve this beautiful section, all you have to do is to create 2 sections. So select the flexbox, select the already structured container, and increase it to 450. Here we would put an image, then select this particular image. Now to make this image look like this one, we have to use a style called masking. So for us to do that, we have to click on the advanced, then scroll down to mask, click on it, turn it on, come down to shape and select custom. Now we select an image. So this image over here, we have it in our material image, so you can select it, it's over here. So immediately we select it, it's going to give it this apple kind of looking shape. So this is what we want. Then white choosers, we just get it. So we're going to come over here, copy the about us, paste it here because it has the same this thing. Then copy the white choosers. I'm trying to hasten all this up so that this video wouldn't be long. Then we need to also come over here and copy this, paste it here. Okay, then we have this, so let's put in our text. And over here you will see this countdown element that we have here. So this is just, to make your visitor or people that you want to register knowing that they have a limited time to grab this 20% discount offer on your website. So for us to achieve this, you just need a countdown. Just put it there. Okay. Then the screen, we're gonna make it tiny countdown. So then I'm gonna click on advanced and make it self-aligned start. Go to style, the number, I'll change the color to our default color. Then the text, which is the label, I'll click on the label section and make the color a little bit dark, like this. So the next thing to do is to add this section. So we're going to be needing a container. Drag in our container, and we need to make it float horizontally. Then we click here. So we need to add a button, and we need to get these 20% discount. So how to get it is to add a heading beside it. Then another thing to do is to add an image beside it. So to add an image, you just click on the image, it will be added beside it. Then you click the image to select the limited offer image. Then when you get it selected, then we need to click on the container and click on advanced to remove the padding, the default padding that WordPress puts, that Elementor puts in our container. So we remove it. Then another thing we need to do is to decrease the size of this limited offer. So I would click on the limited offer, the image, navigate to advanced. Then under the width, I'll select custom. Then make it this way. I'll make it like, I'll keep on increasing it until it gives me what I want. Okay, I'll make it 18. Then another thing I will do is to change the color of this and give it this color. Then the text color, I'll also change it to black, and I'll add it a radius of 15 or maybe 10. Then I would write register now. So register No. Okay, so I will still have to decrease this image a little bit up to 16. Then click on the container and make it to the center so that all of them can be on the same line. Go to style, click on text color and select black. The another thing we need to do is to click on the typography, head over to decoration and select underline. Now we have what we're looking at over here. Then we need to click on the limited offer to add this beautiful animation that will grab the user attention to the limited offer. So for us to add it, we clicked on the image, then we clicked on advanced, then we scroll down to motion effect, then we select floating effect. When we turn it on, we click on scale. So immediately we click on the scale, it gives us the heartbeat, animation. So let's update. Wow. If you've gotten to this level, I just want to say a very big congratulations to you for making it this far. You're really a good designer and I'm proud of you. So we need to add a spacer and make the space 200 pixels. Then the next thing to add is our services. So what we will do is to select Flexbox, then select this one and increase it to 450 as usual. Then our services and this, we just have to select them. So I will just copy this, paste it over here. Copy the line and paste it over here. Then the next thing to do is to click text to add it over here. Then click on the brand, then reduce it to 5. Then click on the container, this particular container, then reduce it to 5. Then another thing is to justify its center. The next thing to do is to add this that we have here, and to achieve it we need a grid. So we add the grid and we make the column 2. So for us to get this design, we actually achieved this using the icon box. So we get an icon box and drag it to our design. Then first of all, we just have to do some little designs. I'll select start. This cloud management, I'll select cloud. Then paste it. Then do some little design. The icon, I would change the color to this, and I'll make them to be aligned left. The content, I would change the title to black. Then I will increase the padding to 10. So I will just duplicate it into 4. Okay, so the first one, I'll still have to put a shadow and a curve, which is our radius border. So I'll scroll down to border, select shadow, then give it a 10, then 30, then decrease it. Then I would add a radius of 15. Then I would copy this and paste the style here so that the both of them would have the same style. So you can then change these business management, safety management, fund management, and do the needful. So I won't be doing this. It's pretty easy for you to do. All you have to do is just to click on it, select the logo, change the title. That's all. So the last but not the least is the footer. So we need to add this footer. So for us to create the footer, we still have to add a spacer and give it a 200 value. Then we need to add this. So the first thing is an image. I select the logo. Then the second is our menu. So we can just scroll up, copy our menu, then come down and paste it. Then click on this container. Then the next thing to do is to select social icon. Then the shape will make it round, we'll make it circle. You can actually select more, like when you click on add item, you can select like WhatsApp. So we can also edit, like Twitter is no longer Twitter, but it's X. So we have to select X, and so the next thing to do is to decrease the size. Make it to be like 18. I think 18 is good. So add a little bit spacing to them up to 8. Then the official color, I will change it to custom. Then primary color, I'll change it to our default color. Then to give us this as same as this. So another thing we need is our copyright section. So we'll come over here, grab the copyright text, come over here, add a new vertical container, grab our text editor, then paste our text. So we need to remove this, and for us to remove it, we just need to go to the visual and click and select text. So we need to delete all of this. We need to delete all of this. So to go back to visual. Then another thing we need to do is go to style and put it in the center. Click on advanced, put a top padding of 20. And increase it to 30. Then we save. So when we refresh, we'll have our beautiful website ready. So which is the same thing as we're looking at right here. So another thing we can do is to add some finishing touches, which is giving it the animation, like when it gets reloaded or when it's visited for the first time. This animation, all these is what we're going to be achieving next. So first of all, I want to make this our image clickable, because it's not clickable. So I'll copy our front page link or our website link. I'll click on the image, then go to link, select custom URL, then paste it. Then another thing to do is to make our slideshow or animation. So I'll select motion effect, then I would select entrance animation, then select fading right. So this one I would select fading left, recent procedure. Fading left. So let's see what it does. Let's allow it to get saved, updated. Yeah. Now when we reload our page, we'll have the beautiful animation. Then this one is already good. The next thing to do is to add the animation where the text will move from the left. So to achieve it, we just have to click on this and do the same thing that we did previously by selecting the animation and fading left. That's all. You can also decrease the animation duration to slow, so it will take a little time to fade in. This is how you can also achieve it in all these ones. So that's it. This is absolutely how you can create a business website for your brand and have it looking highly professional. So this is from me to you. The only thing I need from you is for you to subscribe and like this beautiful video. If you want me to create any specific website of your choice, you can comment it on the comment section.